Yeah, travel is the ultimate experience, obviously, and there's so many sizes and flavors of that. You think about the pandemic and sort of how that shifted consumer behaviors to physical things, and everybody sort of getting an overload of things they probably didn't need. And that resurgence of travel has really come back booming because people want to be able to experience the world, new cultures. It's an aspect of personal growth. And we're seeing that consumers are willing to trade down on, the material goods to make sure that they're making a lasting memory with their travel experiences.
Mm. And you're also seeing companies within the business, like hotels, now gearing for those kinds of travelers that want to post on social media, right? They're
Yes.
offering experiences as part of the whole package, right? Or
Yeah, experiences, if you think about Marriott Bonvoy or Hilton, they're building that into the overall end-to-end consumer journey of how they're marketing their products, how they're thinking about different cohorts of their brands. We actually own a company called Viator, which is a platform for experiences. We did over 15 billion in gross booking value last year, and we have 350,000 experiences on things to do in destinations, everything from the Empire State Building to dune bashing and things in the Middle East. It's an incredible sort of platform to be able to book your experience, have the ability to sort of see what you're going to get to do, whether it's through social media and influencers or something else, and then be able to go there and know that you've reserved your spot. So that business is an interesting one for us because it's still very much so an offline business, moving online and getting digitalized. And it's an opportunity for marketers to sort of surround themselves with people in a point of passion when they're on a trip.
well, here I wanted to shift gears a little bit and just ask you a bit more, about advertising. TripAdvisor is a great resource. You have a lot of interesting information. You have all these booking tools and that kind of thing.
Well, it's interesting. A lot of these last 2 days have been about the resurgence of retail media and CTV. And if you think about TripAdvisor, it's a review platform. It's people powered and guided, but it's also very much so aligned to the entire travel journey and the transaction. So we are a travel media platform. If you think about, being able to click off and book somewhere else or actually have the transaction from an experience perspective ourselves. So we work with a variety of marketers across hotels and destinations, airlines, flights, cruise. And then we actually work with a lot of travel adjacent or non-endemic categories. If you think about you're planning a trip, you need your new outfit, you need sunscreen, you want to drink when you're on vacation, you want culinary experiences. So there's a lot of ways that we're working with a variety of brands across categories to tie the travel intent and that traveler experience with the initiatives that they have for their business.
Now you're a digital platform, but sometimes I see they categorize you as a retail media network. Is that accurate or fair, or how would you describe it?
I do think it's fair with regards to sort of us being in the travel landscape. We look at it as, people are exploring locally, they're doing weekend trips, they're doing road trips, they're going internationally, and there's a lot of, booking and transactional power behind that.
Right,
So
yeah.
there's a lot of ways that you can align yourself, whether it's you're booking your Airbnb or Vrbo and you can attach, the grocery and the orders that you're doing, or, you want to get your beauty products before you go to Italy in an airport with L'Oreal. So there's just so many ways that we align that transaction and those marketers to the point of transaction that's happening on our site for travel.
And also, oftentimes, especially younger consumers, they're very aware of, the social values that brands exhibit. They want to align themselves with brands that reflect their personal values. How do you see travel fitting in with those kinds of pursuits?
Yeah, we see travel as a force for good. We at TripAdvisor are really here to make everybody a better traveler, and with that comes, ED&I, the ways that we can connect diverse voices or local businesses that self-identify as a minority. We also work in a ton of ways across sustainability and ways that we can make more sustainable choices and give those options to consumers. So those things are incredibly important for brands. They're obviously incredibly important for Tripadvisor. So we love to connect those missions and make sure that we can amplify that in the best way possible.
Well, finally, is there anything in the year ahead that you're looking forward to, or maybe, I don't know, keeps you up at night? What can you tell us about, what to expect in the future, or maybe something you'd like to see done differently in the landscape?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you think about retail media or the consumer experience and wanting readiness and your packages at your doorstep, the travel experience and the entire journey is very cumbersome. It's a high stakes, very high end purchase if you think about how often you're doing it a year. So for us, we see a huge opportunity to actually make that experience frictionless, to make it easier, to create travel tools and companions that seamlessly integrate all the aspects of travel into different options of destinations and hotels. So we're doing a lot in the Gen AI space with trip planning. Both ways that we're creating itineraries based on a few small inputs to consumers are actually creating them themselves, and then we're publishing that across our site. So we're really excited about the future of Gen AI and what we can do from a travel perspective.